Hello, everybody! I'm so excited.
Are you?
Why am I so excited?
Why is that?
I don't know. Possibly because Fallout 4 was announced.
Well, it was announced before E3, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But we could still be excited about the details, right?
Very excited.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I've only been addicted to Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 for the past 6 months.
Yeah. You kind of got into the bandwagon a bit late.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. It's like Mass Effect. I got into the bandwagon late, and then I got into the bandwagon late on Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
I get into bandwagons way too late. I'll probably be getting into Portal later on, or something.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this about cake? Hey, Ashley, what is this about cake?
I don't like the look of this place.
Would you say?
There you go.
Would you say that it's a lie?
Oh,
Is the cake a lie?
definitely.
I can't believe we made
The
a cake
cake-
joke in 2015.
Hey,
sorry.
we're
The
people
cake
who
is
are
a lie.
nothing if not excited over old items and old IPs
See,
like Fallout.
Yeah.
Portal's new to me because I just played it like a year ago for
Yeah.
the first time.
Yeah, Ashley wasn't really like she's more of a retro gamer. She hadn't played a game in like years, so I figured that Portal would be a great place to start.
Don't worry, that makes her experiences in video games more valid because she
It
played
is.
retro.
I
right?
actually really like the idea of just throwing games at her and just being like, "What do you think of this?"
What do you
But
think
I
of
never
this?
really have. I never really have. But we've played a lot of Wii U stuff together. We've started playing Smash Bros a lot.
I actually really like Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Like when I first saw Smash Bros, that was like a year ago, year and a half ago as well, and I was like, "What is this game? I've never even heard of this." Because that's how much of a rock I live under.
Yeah, it'd be like
imagine.
just look at the concept for that game. It's like let's throw all your favorite togethers into a game and let them beat the crap out of
Ultimate
each other.
fan service, the game.
Yeah.
But anyways, tangent aside,
I couldn't even keep track of what was going on the screen because
Yeah.
there was just so much.
it's like League of
depth
Legends.
to
Yeah.
the fighting.
Any
Well,
game.
as Yahtzee once memorably said, any game that lets you beat the stupid out of Princess Peach by playing as Mario is a good game indeed.
Princess
Absolutely.
Peach is such an annoying. No, that's not who's annoying. What's the bitch that throws the star at you?
Rosalina.
I fucking hate her.
I
You
think
can
lots of people
suck
will
my
agree.
dick. I hate Rosalina. Suck it.
Yeah.
I'm playing Fallout. The footage you're watching is of me
Yeah.
playing Fallout 3.
Yeah, we're celebrating because Fallout 4 was announced, and E3 was actually, I'd say, a success all around for most people. I thought it was really good. What do you think about E3?
Oh, I think the Bethesda conference was pretty good on its own merits already.
Well, I mean, like, as a whole, though.
As a whole, it was okay.
Much better than last year.
Oh
Much
yeah,
better.
much better than last year. I have someone on my news site, Ship to Block 20, who basically gave it a 2 out of 10 and said it was awful. It was the worst thing ever. It's just like, dude,
Why?
did you watch the
you-
2013 E3?
Or the 2012 E3?
Oh,
This one, no, I'd say this is pretty much a return to form to classic sort of like E3 hype. They didn't talk much about DLC. They didn't talk much about season passes. They didn't talk too much about like just the shit, mobile games and all that stuff.
they didn't
that
talk
people
about
hate.
television programs. They didn't talk about sports too much, except for EA because they have
Except
to.
for that awkward Pele interview.
Sports. That's EA in a nutshell for you. Anyways, Fallout 4.
Yeah, well, I mean,
What they announced
might
was
as well.
yeah. Well, I just to let the viewers know, I spent pretty much the past 3 or 4 weeks playing Fallout 3. I borrowed it from this guy. And I think it's a worse game than Fallout New Vegas.
And I disagree. I think we've been through this before.
No, we haven't. We haven't gone through the
have we not?
minutiae
Not on a
of Fallout
video?
3 versus Fallout New Vegas.
Okay. Well, I guess it's appropriate since Bethesda was kind of the first to go. We can talk about Bethesda and also what we did and did not like about Fallout 3 and or New Vegas.
Fallout New Vegas was basically the Fallout 3 apology tour.
How so?
Because it removed all the perks that basically gave you that you just fill up on skill points. It actually is a more coherent game because there aren't. You start out Fallout 3 and you're almost expected to be the good guy. You know. Oh, I hate saying you know. Why do I keep saying that?
You know?
It's a terrible thing to be
You know?
saying. Hey, Ashley, in acting, did they train you to like not say you know or
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, if you abbreviate a line of the script, you'll get your. Some directors will tear your head off. It's like, why do you think that you're so much better than the playwright that you're changing what was written? Like that'll happen.
Actually, funny enough, that's a really good summary of why I really don't like New Vegas too much. Is because they attempted to take a lot of liberties with Fallout, and in the process they broke a lot of things. And this is kind of like an Obsidian thing. A lot of people don't like them for their KOTOR 2, which was basically KOTOR 1 on absolute steroids, and it was just +1 everything. And I don't like. I just feel like Bethesda and Obsidian. Basically, Obsidian
Someone
did.
just farted.
Yeah.
Oh.
Obsidian did the
they
same
fart,
thing.
Or was that me drinking my pop?
Maybe it was the pop.
Maybe it was the pop.
Sounded a lot like a fart. I don't know.
Anyways,
I guess we'll smell it in a bit.
Anyways,
Anyways, Obsidian did the same thing kind of
Well,
to
which
know.
one of us just farted?
Not me.
Not you? Not you?
it wasn't me.
I just drank out of my pop.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
She's leaning in towards the microphone with her pop to prove her credentials
Okay.
as a
That's
farter girl.
Coca-Cola,
Anyways,
bitches.
Obsidian kind of did the same thing. You could tell it was a little. It was less subtle.
I think it's more
around everything
focused
it was
as a
trying to do.
result.
It's trying to +1 everything, and the problem is, like you said, like you say the Fallout kind of expected you to come in as a bad guy. Sure.
No,
but
as a good guy.
As a
The
good guy.
Fallout 3
Sure,
expected you to
yeah.
be a good guy.
But
all the
at
way through.
least they didn't break the game if you tried to kill all the NPCs.
No, actually, you can complete Fallout New Vegas if you kill everyone.
Yeah,
you
but
just
it
have to
gets-
go through the Yes Man
But
quest.
it's just generally, it's just generally way buggier. There have been a lot more documents of just like game crashes, file just corrupting bugs, game breaking bugs, quests that can't be finished.
Mind you,
Just-
I have all the patches and stuff.
It's bad if you can say that this game was buggier than a Bethesda game. That's saying something. Obsidian's game, New Vegas, was buggier than a Bethesda game.
You know,
And
all
we
I've
know-
experienced is game crashes, really.
What?
All I've experienced in New Vegas is game crashes. I've been lucky, okay?
Yeah, you have. I guess you have been lucky. Yeah, I experienced a lot worse.
One of the tips is to make sure that your Xbox 360 power source is well ventilated.
The very first time I played New Vegas, I think it was it must have been a bad omen because I got that bug where the dude who rescues you and
his head goes around
turns
and
upside
around
down,
and around.
and that was my first experience with New Vegas. I think it left a sour taste in my mouth, and I just couldn't. I couldn't get into Fallout 3 the first time I played it either. But playing it more and more and more, I kind of just fell in love with everything.
There are subtleties to it. I
couldn't-
will admit.
I
that.
couldn't initially get into Fallout New Vegas, but it didn't have that. It didn't have that feeling that Fallout 3 had for me that actually eventually drew me into it.
Fallout
as a
3 does
result.
have an eerier atmosphere, but I think that's to its detriment because you can't take this seriously. I mean, look at it. It's like 50s atmospherics trying to clash with all this, post-apocalyptic, you're in a desolate scenario. Whereas New Vegas at least has a sense of humor to it.
I don't necessarily agree. I don't think that just because something's like, it's got that edge of humor. But yeah, you're right. It doesn't take itself completely seriously. But that doesn't mean that it can't have like this, atmosphere of loneliness. And it really, like this game, the entire situation doesn't make sense unless you have that sort of air of loneliness, or else the apocalypse just has no. Like it has no oomph to it.
Yeah, but this
If
game
everything's-
also has all these weird little moments where it's trying to be hilarious, and it's like, oh, look how funny this is, and you have the Pip-Boy, which is designed like a 1950s Gee Whiz cartoon character, and it's just like, it kind of has a weird dissonance with the rest of the game. That's why I don't like Fallout 3 as much as New Vegas. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but at the same time, I'm saying I prefer New Vegas as a game, as an experience as well. Because I like its music too, like Mad About the Boy, Johnny Guitar playing as you're walking through the desert. It just fits better, okay? It also has a Western theme to it, Fallout New Vegas, that I think fits perfectly with it.
You know what's weird? So many people that play either Fallout 3 or New Vegas always praise like the radio and the soundtrack and stuff like that. I always find it funny because for whatever reason, when I started playing and through my entire playthrough, I think I might have turned on the radio once or twice for necessary quest reasons.
Yeah.
And I would never actually was drawn to the radio soundtrack or any of the radio stations.
No, Fallout 3 has this weird kind of like bebop, more bebop focused soundtrack to it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of off-putting. But there was this one magical moment where you can find like a diner which has been taken over by cannibals,
Yeah.
and that one Fallout 3 song which is about some butcher or something came on the radio at that time. It was perfect timing. But in Fallout New Vegas, you have these soundtracks that just fit over almost any situation in the game the entire time, so it's better that way to me, in my mind. Anyways, Fallout 4 was announced.
Yeah, so exactly that kind of goes into from what you've seen of Fallout 4 right now. Do you
It's
think
taking
it's
place
the
in
right?
Boston.
Do you think it looks like it's going in the right direction?
Well, all we
Is
saw
it-
was a pre-rendered trailer and some gameplay, right?
There was half an hour of gameplay.
Well, still, that's only half an hour in a Fallout.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, they're going to be showing the direction that they're taking it in. They want to show everybody.
Yeah, they basically it's Fallout with Mass Effect dialogue trees.
Yeah, I found that really interesting. I found it interesting how you're no longer a silent protagonist, and they have a voice for both the male and female characters.
Which is going to diminish the role-playing aspects, I think. Because I
you're
think
right.
part of
I
the
do think
fun
you're
of Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 was you voicing your inner sarcastic dumbass.
Yeah.
And
and Oblivion and Skyrim.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said this before, like Skyrim and Oblivion, as much as, you know, people are kind of either on the fence or, you know, love it or hate it, I always say it's the D&D player's video game, right? Yeah. Because it's all about, you are, you know, the same way the D&D book is going to give you your basic, like, rule set, right? Skyrim and Oblivion as a game are kind of like that bare bones experience, right?
Yes.
And I think Fallout kind of had the same thing going on with it, where
kind of,
you know, the characters they had the same voices, and there was some weird stuff going on with, like,
it's like D&D 2142 or something.
Yeah, like you kill a character's wife or husband next to them and they don't really react in a real way, but you know, in your head you fill in the blanks.
Yeah
In your head you fill, but now that it's actually a voiced character, a lot of those strange, like, why would that character actually say that, or, you know, maybe dialogue inconsistencies, they're gonna pop out a lot more. And
look at this, there's skeletons all over the place in this vault. I'm just okay, look at all this seriousness, and you're traveling next to a ghoul who literally goes like in miscellaneous dialogue, so it's a lot of dissonance going on there. I just gotta say, this game has a trouble finding a consistent tone.
Would it be more dissonant to be walking around a vault and there's no dead bodies, and then you're reading all of these things about, oh my god, this is so terrible, there's dead people everywhere?
I don't know, it's just
I think that would be more of a disconnect.
Well, maybe.
And I mean, your ghoul is optional. Like, if they want to tell, like, there's different tones in a lot of the stories here. Like, for instance, one of my favorite quests in this entire game is finding the Stradivarius for the old.
That's what we're actually doing right here.
Yeah. Oh well, nice.
This is the Swa. For some reason, she pronounces it the Swa Stradivarius. It's in text. It's Soil Stradivarius.
Right.
But that's the one we're doing right now.
Yeah, one of my favorite quests.
I have the Lincoln Repeater.
It's a different.
I have Chinese stealth armor.
That's a different tone than the attack of the giant fire ants, which plays out like a bad B movie.
Or the antagonizer and the mechanist.
Exactly. Like,
I first encountered that, and I thought, what the hell are these people, like, mentally damaged?
Yeah. I think it's.
It turned out
I think that's a. I like that. Like, I like how there's a lot of different tones within, you know, all the quests, because it would feel kind of samey, and they're not afraid to go into, you know, darker territories, which this environment, this sort of.
By the way, one of the things that people are playing that is not in Fallout 4 is this? The hacking mini games.
At least it's not Pipe Dream.
Yes. You know, I eventually got used to these, but it took me a hell of a long time to get used to it.
I actually kind of like it. I ended up just getting my hacking all the way up, so I didn't have to do this eventually. But yeah.
Yeah, but if you have to level up an entire skill just to get rid of an annoying aspect of a game, you know it's kind of like a bad element.
Well, you can see it that way.
Look at this, Ashley. Look at this. Look at this. It's like screen vomit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, you can. There's definitely ways to improve the minigame itself, but I do like how the thing is Bethesda, and you can see this very much with Dishonored, and Dishonored 2 was also announced.
Yes.
By the way, you can see this with Dishonored, and most, like, so many games are just like, play it how you want, play it the way you want, play, and like Deus Ex.
But we have to railroad you into story every once in a while, just so you know.
Well, the problem is that it's not ever play how you want. But the way that this kind of works out, the only way you can really get play how you want in a game is if you cut off some aspects to a player on, like, a certain playthrough, right? Like, I actually think it would be to the detriment of Oblivion and to Skyrim if you couldn't, like, it would actually lock you out of, like, the Mages Guild if you were in the Fighters Guild, or it would lock you out of the Dark Brotherhood if you were in the Thieves Guild. I mean, vice versa, because it
just locks off the content
because they're
arbitrarily,
like,
right?
You're not allowed to kill in the Thieves Guild. Like, you get kicked if you get caught killing in the Thieves Guild. I mean, they say that, but you don't really. But it just seems weird from a story perspective that you could be in the Dark Brotherhood and also be in the Thieves Guild, or you could be the
you want more
Archmage.
consequences, right, for your actions, right?
Exactly, and I think that would be a great way to have consequences, to have battling factions. Which, funny enough, is something that New Vegas does. It does toy with.
It does pretty
factions.
well, actually.
I think it did do it pretty well.
Caesar's Legion versus. I wish there were more like random encounters where you could just come upon battles between those guys, but it did it fairly well.
Yeah, but so
we got to recognize that the technology was limited, right? So.
Yeah, but I think if your character to your narrative wouldn't be someone who's computer savvy, then a lot of that optional content should be cut out to you. I think there should be alternate ways to get it, but I think that like you forcing yourself to put skills into hacking just because you don't like the hacking minigame, I think that's a detriment to the hacking minigame, of course. But let's say the hacking minigame was good, right? And you still weren't very good at it, or I don't know. There needs to be some sort of juggle between the consequence of your character not being computer savvy, right? Like maybe instead of getting the Stradivarius this way, you would get the Stradivarius literally through rampaging through a abandoned encampment with a rocket launcher, right?
Yeah. Oh man, one of my favorite. I tried doing a kill everything run in Fallout New Vegas, and it's just fun. It's just fun. Yeah. I got like a grenade machine gun, got up on a high place over Forlorn Hope, and just like.
But anyway, you were saying something about Fallout 3 or Fallout 4 looking like an action figure video game? Or?
Okay. So the graphics in Fallout 4 that we saw made it look like, oh, you're fighting action figures, the video game. It looked like, you know those old video games, the Army Men video games? It looked kind of like that, but for Warhammer figures in Fallout, you know? Oh, goddamn, I gotta stop saying you know.
I guess I can see where you're coming from, but I mean, my retort was always like, Bethesda has always kind of had like...
Yeah, but they at least have the excuse of limited technology.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's like, we can't do that much on the Xbox 360. Yeah. We're sorry. It's okay, we understand. But you have basically a PC now that can do pretty good stuff. It can't do everything, but it can do pretty damn good stuff. So why does it look like action figures?
I think it's because how modular everything has always been in these games. And if you start using newer technology to have new techniques to make things modular, things are going to start to look another way. Instead of Ewan McGregor face, now it's action figure body. Yeah. I think that's just a natural downside of having everything have to fit into everything else like Lego pieces.
I wonder how they're going to do the skill points, like the perks. Because you remember how in Fallout 3 you had a perk every level. Then in Fallout New Vegas you had a perk every 2 levels to kind of like underpower that you being able to level up all your skills before level 30. Yeah. I wonder how they're going to do it this time.
I don't know. I actually think that Bethesda games in general have a really crappy leveling system. Yeah. I think that the mods are like one of the biggest parts of it, and actually they are
allowing mods on the Xbox One.
Allowing mods on console.
Oh
now.
My God, people!
What do you think about that?
Now we have the PC Master Race on the Xbox One, and it's gonna be so fun seeing the look on their faces when they see that. Oh no, you don't have mods as an advantage anymore, do you? Oh.
Well, you've in the past have been against mods.
Yeah, I have, but I've also been conscious of a lot of people wanting them to make their games look better, to make their games do different things, etc., etc. So I'm for the consumer if they want it.
Yeah. You know? Will you mod Fallout 4?
Probably not.
Interesting.
But that's just me, right? You know my prerogative. I don't like mods as a concept, but that's just me.
Right. I find it interesting because after a certain point, when there's so much like just like developer. Like the developers so much so intent on supporting this. Yeah,
if the dialogue is interrupting you, can take out the earbuds.
Yeah, that's what I was starting to do. It's all it's developer supported now, right?
Yeah.
Microsoft developers. Do you guys know the head of Microsoft?
Yeah, the Microsoft guy. If you haven't seen that video on YouTube, just type in Microsoft developers and you can see a big sweaty guy screaming developers.
Developers!
Yeah. Anyways, if there's so much developer support, after a certain point, I think these mods are going to be so accessible that it's going to kind of end up like Little Big Planet, right? And in Little Big Planet, would you really say I'm against user-created content?
Well, no, because user-created content was almost the entire point of that game, right?
I think at a certain point, it's gonna be a gray area until it does hit that certain point where the developers are gonna be like, we intentionally left out these things
so we could have our vision, right?
Yeah, so the mod community can pick this up.
I don't like mods simply because I think like the developer, I'm like one of those artist-first guys, not like consumer.
Right.
I don't want to say that consumer first, guys. No, I'm one of the artists. I'm in favor of the artist's vision being intact in terms of a piece of art, like video games.
Yeah.
But I understand why people would want mods.
There is also always the argument that even the artists themselves don't have their absolute vision published, right? There's a lot of sacrifices. There's a lot of things that they have to just kind of.
Yeah, I know.
You have to stop at a certain point, and you can't put in everything you want, and there's technical limitations. So, I mean, me seeing like a developer supported mod, like this mod gets the thumbs up from Bethesda. To me, that almost that is the next best thing to we did this ourselves. If we had the time, we would have done it this way. Like, there's a lot of mods that are actually like that.
Yeah, I totally understand that, which is why I'm excited for the mods to be able to come to the Xbox One.
And there's also just visual mods. There's some that actually take the like uncompressed textures, and if the game is going to be released with just more compressed textures because they want to appeal to the common denominator. People might not have the best PCs. People
want their Xbox One to look better. Goddamn, the consequences on frame rate.
So they have so they have these uncompressed textures as optional stuff, and you can just pop it into your computer.
You know what I think would be better that Microsoft hasn't exploited for the Xbox One, but just adding PC options to their Xbox One.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because they have basically just a PC, and they own the PC market.
Yeah.
Having that on the Xbox One would give it sort of an advantage over Sony.
I think you're right.
Yeah, but they don't. So what do I know about business, right? This is just me going through the dialogue of the Swa Stradivarius lady Agatha, because I like the dialogue in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. I think it's pretty neat.
It's pretty good. Yeah. Going back to that conversation system, I do think it's interesting that you can kind of influence or hopefully influence the conversation by either walking away, shooting the person in the face, talking to other people, and possibly having like a triangular conversation.
Yeah, like
something
more
that's
than one
not
person.
Yeah, less linear than this just you say something, then I say something.
I highly doubt that's going to be like implemented much.
It probably won't. But I did see something that I was very surprised in, and something I've kind of thought about how they would wrangle with this problem in the future. Was they recorded thousands of optional dialogue lines that actually it's implemented if you like name your character a certain name. Did you hear this? There was like it was a sign. They barely mentioned it, but your robot butler will call you by some certain names if those names are in the popular like database list. So provided you spell it properly, he'll actually call you like in their demo. He called him Howard.
I would imagine those would be highly compressed, which makes sense because it's a robot.
I actually didn't notice when there it is a voice effect and stuff. Yeah. I actually didn't notice until he said it, and then they said what they did afterwards. He's like, you saw him say Howard there. That wasn't for this demonstration. That was something that we have that's new in Fallout 4, and I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Here I am wearing the Chinese stealth suit, which is OP.
Yeah.
It's basically like a
anything
stealth
from Point
person.
Lookout's kind of OP. Though.
Yeah. No, this is
no, not Point
Anchorage.
Lookout. Anchorage.
Yeah,
my bad. Operation Anchorage.
Yeah. But this is also the end result of Stradivarius, you listening to violin music on the radio.
Yay.
I actually kind of like this tune, too.
Yeah. Oh, you got the map perk?
Yep.
So much shit. Anyway, they also announced Dishonored 2.
Which has a female protagonist.
Yep.
And Anita Sarkeesian was mad that it wasn't just a female protagonist.
Because it's never enough.
Yep. But anyways, Dishonored 2. I didn't like the first Dishonored because it was kind of like weird.
I haven't played enough of the first Dishonored. It's one of those games where I bought... well, first of all, I borrowed it from a friend. I didn't play it enough. I returned it to a friend. I bought it on Steam on a sale, and then I still didn't play enough of it. And then I played it when I was in Ontario with my brother.
That was one of those games where I was getting mad at it because I was like, what is the point of me even stealthing? I could just walk in and just murder these guys.
Well, you can't. Exactly. Remember when I was talking about Bethesda being one of the few studios who actually lets you play the game you want? Mm. It is harder to play the Honorable Thief, but it actually fits, funny enough, narratively into the sort of Victorian theme that they have. Have you? It does work.
It's just that that doesn't mean that I'll enjoy it working.
I know, but I mean, have you read up on the actual honor system historically of like Victorian England and stuff like that?
I've read a bit of it. It's very
it's very interesting. It's not the kind of honor that you'd think it would be. It's kind of twisted in a way, in the same way that Dishonored's kind of twisted.
Yeah, I guess.
In a way.
But it's just one of those games that I was never able to complete because
No.
eventually you just got to a certain point and you're like, what am I doing here?
I don't know. I didn't play enough of it. I have a feeling that I would really like it. If
You
I
probably would.
sat
It's
down
got
and
enough
played
stealth
it a lot.
action. I'm not saying it's a bad game. Just
Yeah.
it wasn't for me.
Anyway,
But Dishonored 2,
well, we got a nice trailer.
yes,
So we don't.
that's
really,
all we got. So we
don't
can't
know
really
much
discuss
about
much.
it. It was a cool trailer, so that was nice.
Yeah, that was a nice conversation,
Trailers are
wasn't
cool.
it? Me
Yeah.
talking over you all the entire time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's new?
What's new?
Doom came out, or not came out, but Doom was announced.
Hey! You know, it's very. Something must be seriously wrong with you, Brendan. If you
Yeah.
think that Doom is a good game and you're cheering on all the violence, okay? Something is
Yeah.
seriously wrong with your head.
Yeah, Brendan.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, this guy likes violence. He likes blood.
You piece of shit.
He likes gore. No, you're a woman. Your opinion matters more. Come over here and yell in his ear, okay?
Brendan, I hate you. I'm breaking up with you right now. You suck.
So yeah, some people were actually upset.
You just even care.
Some people-
You never loved me.
Some people were actually upset that Doom had a little bit of violence in it. I don't know why they're picking on Doom. It seems to me that this argument is 6 years late because Gears of War came out.
This is what it's like to live with him. You try and argue and nothing.
Sorry.
Nothing phases this guy.
Hatred came out not too long ago with less publicity than I think they wanted to have, so buoy on them.
And apparently it sucked too, which everyone knew it would.
Surprise, surprise. There's a lot of violent games that are much more violent than Doom. So when I
Yes.
actually started reading articles about people complaining that Doom lets you shoot stuff and kill people, I was very...
It sounded like almost
was-
that infamous
I was
Electronic Games
confused.
Monthly review of Doom. The
It's
original
like
Doom.
those ultra gory movies that are celebrated and I think are fucking hilarious. You're seriously a guy who's moving way too fast on the screen and you're killing cartoony-esque demons from hell. It's goofy, it's supposed to be bloody as all hell, it's violent, it's
And
awesome.
you're killing demons.
It's
You're not even
high-
shooting humans.
It's high energy. I know, it's like... I think these professionally offended people need to kind of tone it down a little bit.
Well, half of the industry basically turned around on them and said, "Geez, look at what you're complaining about."
Yeah.
It's like half the industry finally has turned on these people.
Anyway, what I actually thought was interesting, though, was I saw a bunch of edited screenshots. I believe they originated from Reddit of color corrections that made the Doom trailer, I guess, gameplay trailer, look a lot like classic Doom. So less yellow everywhere and more like contrasting grays and reds and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it looked really good. This is one of the few instances where I'm like, I think the internet's 100% right here. Look it up, the Doom color corrections.
Doom color corrections. Look it up.
It looks a lot like the old games, and it looks like really appealing and something that you don't see much in the AAA gamescape.
Yeah, all you
Nowadays,
see is this
yeah.
blue-gray landscape, like here.
I think it would be really cool if they took it in that direction, but I don't.
Look
think,
at that! Did you see that?
But I don't think it will, and it still looks cool. It's got like a really nice motion blur to it. It's got action. It's back to the
It's
old
got
ways.
blood. It's got gore.
It's got the Unreal Tournament sort of like whooshing, jumping way too fast, strafing at the speed of sound. I like it. I think it's gonna be cool.
Love it. But apparently it's too violent, so you're not allowed to enjoy it.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Something's seriously wrong with your head, man.
But
why are you excited for this? God damn it! You're such a menace to society.
you know what I'm excited for?
What?
Fallout Shelter to come out on Android.
It's already out apparently. We've gotten
it?
a few review copies
On Android?
On
It's
Ship to
out
Block.
on iOS.
Okay. Maybe
It came out on iOS the day after E3.
Okay, so yeah, maybe we do have review
Or
copies of
the
it on the
day-
iOS.
It might have been the day of E3. I'm not
Ship
sure.
to Block 20 has a few, and they really love the game. They
I know.
really love it.
I've looked at it. I'm like, this is how a mobile game should work. It's still free. It doesn't cost you anything. I mean, it's got the free to play monetization elements, but it's not. From what I've heard, it's not as abashedly gross as most of the mobile market is. So that's awesome.
It looks like you know how XCOM Enemy Unknown had that base management aspect to it. It looks like that, except awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't
I'd
squee
say-
enough.
Yeah, Bethesda had a pretty cool. Thingamabob. I thought their E3 was really good. I'm surprised that they had their own thing and that they kind of started.
Well, they're big
whole,
enough now.
Yeah,
right?
but they started the whole thing off, which I think that was awesome. They
Well,
did a
you
good
know,
job.
you know what we didn't talk about? We didn't talk about what influenced Skyrim, because you gotta remember, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, then Skyrim. What influence Skyrim would have on Fallout 4? So I imagine they'd take the same leveling up system from Skyrim and apply it to Fallout.
Maybe.
Because I always found a weakness of the Fallout New Vegas games, especially after I played Skyrim, was like, oh wait, I can level up speech to 100% without ever using it.
It is a little bit more streamlined. Skyrim did have that. Skyrim was very bare bones in almost all of its gameplay features. I think it was still a step up. It was a little step up from Fallout 3 just because it was a little bit more, I guess, focused, to use the word that you were using.
Yeah.
It was less like I have no idea what I'm doing, and more like, I guess the problem of Skyrim
I'm leveling
was,
up what I'm using, right?
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is that the Fallout games to the Elder Scrolls games all use kind of completely different leveling systems anyways. So I think they might have something new. They usually do.
Yeah, Oblivion and Fallout 3
Oblivion
and
had
New
the
Vegas.
Oblivion had the weird one where you could just you could find a weird spot that someone who was in front of you couldn't detect you, tape your control stick down while you were crouching, and then go off to lunch, and you would level up your stealth to max.
No, wasn't that Skyrim?
Nope, that was Oblivion.
Okay.
Skyrim had a scaling system.
Yeah.
Oblivion was just like, here, find a place where you can't really jump, and then hit the jump button. Your jump level's up. there was a pub in. Dude, it's been so long I can't remember any of the town names.
Yeah,
Cheydinhall?
I tried Oblivion.
I think it's Cheydinhall, and you can stand on the bar counter, bump your head on the ceiling by jumping, and you don't go anywhere, but it still levels up your jump, and you hold, like, you get a turbo controller, level up your acrobatics all the way.
Oh
walk
my
on
God,
water.
that is just funny.
Be Jesus.
I tried playing Oblivion, and because I started on Skyrim first, I just couldn't play it because, one, the enemies are super tough even on normal difficulty.
Skyrim?
No,
Oblivion. Yeah. They had that global scaling system.
Yeah, so I would like run into bandits with diamond armor and I'd be like, nope, I'm done with
just
this.
Weird. Yeah, that's the thing. You could level yourself up into a corner because you would level up every 10 skill pluses that you got, right? So you could level up your acrobat and your stealth to max. You would level up until you hit, like, say, level 20, and then that is the point where bandits would start running around with fucking diamond armor. Or maybe I don't think it was diamond armor.
Well,
like
I remember
elvish
going
armor
into the first portal.
Orcish armor and shit, and you would have shit like hand to hand or small one-handed weapons, two-handed weapons. All of those skills would be shit, and they would slaughter you, and it was no fun.
I remember going into the first portal and spending 10 minutes just knocking down one demon with a mace, and I was like, yep, that's it.
That kind of sounds like you leveled yourself into a corner. You must have.
Yeah.
Because you could go through the entire game at like level 1 to 5. Like, nothing was stopping you from not leveling up. You could level up all your skills and just not go to bed ever.
That's funny.
You wouldn't get like the skill to skill perks, but you would still be swinging for more damage.
That's cool. But what influence would Skyrim have beyond that?
I have a feeling they're going to go in the direction of the environments as they did in Skyrim. The environments were really well handled.
Oh yes.
In a layout sense.
Like if I were to choose between any environments in any Bethesda game, it would definitely be Skyrim's environments.
Yeah.
Because they were epic.
Yeah.
Even if the scale of the world seemed off sometimes, it just looked awesome.
The scale of New Vegas was also something that bugged me. It seemed like in Fallout it was a wasteland, it was desolate, but it still felt like there was always something to do. In Fallout New Vegas, it felt like it was really empty. It didn't feel like there was much going on. It felt kind of like a bad green light game. Not that bad, but you know what I'm talking about. Right? That feeling of just like, were there level designers?
Okay, here we're getting on to the really interesting quest in Fallout 3.
Oh, is this the
Tranquility
the Matrix?
Lane? Yeah. Just give me a second. I'm gonna grab a drink.
Sure.
Talking to the screen.
Sure. I'm just gonna do a one-man. This is pre-recorded, so I guess it's not a let's play. While Kyle goes to the bathroom for the 4th time today. Oh, this was a good quest. I don't know what else to say. So,
You're a
Microsoft-
boring man by
I'm
yourself.
boring the audience.
Do you need me to talk to? Like, am I your therapist or something, Brendan?
Sorry, I was actually just looking
Please
at the
tell me
list.
all about your life.
Well, you see, I was watching E3, and the Microsoft convention was actually pretty good, I thought. But they started off with Halo 5.
Which looked like crap.
It did, and I was like, oh no, it's going to be this E3 again, isn't it?
It's going to focus on the plot.
I
again,
was
isn't
unfortunately a defender of Halo 4 until I just kind of had enough. It just felt like 343 was really ignoring everybody.
it?
It started feeling like, God, they did a few things to improve the online, but they didn't fuck with matchmaking. They didn't give us any good playlists. They didn't.
And here, I thought he was defending the single player for a brief second. And I'm like, why would you defend the single player campaign? That was the worst campaign I played through in quite a while for a Halo game.
I thought it was better than ODST.
Probably. I haven't played ODST though.
I thought it was better than Reach. I wasn't the biggest fan of Reach's campaign.
No, Reach was okay, but
the thing I did like about Reach was that ending bit. Was it before the credits where they land
showed
you
the Master Chief.
No. When they land you in the Covenant, right before they glass the planet, they have you overwhelmed by Covenant forces.
Oh yeah.
And you're in like a last one man stand against all that shit.
I wonder how you're supposed to complete that.
I thought that was
Legendary,
awesome. No, you can still die. You just die.
Though. Oh, so you just die and
You die. Your
Halo
HUD
Volume
cracks
takes
and everything. Yeah. And then
Don't you have to hold them off for a certain period of time before that?
I
though?
think you might. It's an arbitrary amount of time.
Anyways, Tranquility Lane.
Yeah, fun quest.
Look
Well, no,
how-
we're talking about E3 here. We started off
we're
talking
also
about
talking about this. Shut up. Halo 5 Guardians. Let's just say it looks like it's
iffy.
focusing on the story, and the story of Halo hasn't been good since at least Halo 2, maybe even Halo 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Halo 1. Like the novels were okay, but then again, I was like a teenager. I hadn't read actual sci-fi.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, it seems like the story for Halo sucks.
What's the problem? Yeah, it kind of
It's
does.
like, why are we fighting the Covenant again? We just beat them.
Well,
in Halo
they hand
3.
waved that. I think they had a single line where Cortana just kind of pseudo justifies it, but doesn't really.
I like the
Halo
music in this
5 just
Tranquility
looks
Lane.
really like it. Just another game.
Yeah,
Like Halo's always been like they've always celebrated, the new Halo release.
the event.
This
right?
was the first time where I felt like it didn't really feel celebratory.
No.
It felt like, hey, we have a new Call of Duty coming out. Hey, this random first-person shooter is a thing. And is this your character? You look like Wednesday.
I look like a monkey.
You look like Wednesday Addams.
Oh.
You look like Coraline.
Oh,
You look a little bit like Coraline.
without the buttons.
Cool movie.
Man, I'm sweating up a storm. Vancouver's warm, people.
Vancouver has been going through a heat stroke, man.
Ugh.
Very
But
warm.
anyways, here I am in a dress. Hey, look, I'm transgender now.
I knew it.
Are you?
Yeah.
This is such a cool quest.
Yeah, I know.
I don't really know. I can't remember it too much,
Put
so
your
all I can
headphones in,
say
sit
was
down.
this was
You're
cool.
gonna love this.
No, she's doing stuff.
No, she can do stuff with us.
The dog. So basically, all these people are going through
A simulation.
a simulation.
Where they're basically like in a Leave It
They
to
have
Beaver
to-
type universe.
But the thing is, they have to relive their life over and over and over again.
yeah.
If you're a male character, this is a male character too, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure it's still Betsy.
No, is it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's still her.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. I'm wrong. I haven't played this in a long time. Yeah, she's basically torturing everyone
Yeah.
over and over and over again. She puts them into different scenarios and kills them when she gets bored. And
Yeah.
it's great. Everything looks like so nice and peaceful, but when you talk to people, the more people you talk to, the more fucked up everything seems. It's
Yeah.
actually crazy.
It is one of those fun quests. But anyways, Halo 5 Guardians did seem like one of those games where you're just going like,
Yeah.
I've seen all this bullshit before.
Yeah, you have, and it did. It was. There was nothing really new to it. I think they tried to announce something alongside it. Do you even remember what that was?
Yeah.
I couldn't find myself caring.
No.
That looks like your ex-girlfriend.
A little bit. Yeah, I can see that.
Oh god.
Was she really that ugly?
Oh, it's just it's the Ewan McGregor face. I'm not saying that she looked like Ewan McGregor.
Hell, if she's listening to this, she's gonna fucking hunt you down.
Yeah.
I'm taking out. This is the part where I literally start going insane. playing Fallout 3. I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna kill everything.
Well, when you kill people, can you kill people in this quest at this point? Don't they revive? Don't they just kind of like come back to life?
We'll see. Anyway, here's Timmy.
Yeah. Oh, that's him, Timmy. Yeah, the Timmy.
I'm Timmy. Wanna play? And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I'm causing psychological trauma to a child.
Yeah.
Am I an evil person?
Yes. It's okay.
It's okay. We've all done
Recore looked kind of cool.
It did, but all we saw was a trailer.
Yeah, but it did say from the team that brought you Metroid Prime, and that was interesting. I thought, they wouldn't. Okay, that kind of reminds me of the ukulele thing that's going on. It's from the team who brought you Banjo-Kazooie and Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah.
Playtonic Games is making a spiritual successor to mascot platformers. Oh my god.
But Recore just looks. All we saw was a trailer, but it looked pretty interesting as a trailer.
It's funny because in those kind of games where you see like the companion who follows your main character around, you can pretty much just say right off it's like, okay, that's gonna die.
Yeah.
But then in the trailer it dies, and you realize that it's gonna die over and over and over again. It'll be great.
And you're supposed to enjoy that.
Yeah.
Hey, Ashley, imagine if Sadie just died over and over and over again. You kept on reviving it.
Put Sadie into a bear, and then put Sadie into a hawk. That's this game Recore, where you have a little robot companion. But there's like a little core. It looks like the core's from Portal.
That would be fun to do to your worst enemy.
Maybe, yeah.
Just like kill it and revive it just to kill it again.
But you know what?
That would be so enjoyable.
I think they're going to put a twist in the formula. If you can call it a twist. I think it's going to be a double twist. I think by the end of that game, it's going to actually die again. But it's going to die for good.
Oh, listen to this. Hey, get back here.
No, she doesn't want to. Yeah, she wants to build her puzzle.
I don't know that much about the games you guys are talking about, so I can't really contribute that much.
Alright, fine.
Other than these characters are creepy as fuck.
Yeah. I'm making him cry.
You've lost karma. You're a dick.
Oh.
Isn't there a way to do this without? Yeah, you can actually brute force the code.
Yeah, you can.
Right in the beginning, and you can actually piss her off quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think you don't actually get good karma from it.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's a Russian.
No, she's German. I
German. Sorry.
It's so surreal. When I first saw this on the Many a True Nerds playthrough, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So I tried to play through this for myself. It is surreal. This quest is the most surreal thing I've ever experienced in a Bethesda game.
Yeah, the thing is, the Fallout quests always seemed like they were... Because suddenly
listen to this.
You can just explain. Suddenly this little girl right here starts talking in a grown German man's voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she's like a mad scientist.
Yeah.
And it's just like, huh?
Oh.
And not only that, but you're in like a black and white simulation environment. That's why it's surreal. It's just weird. Because the rest of this game is pretty like grounded.
Yeah.
It's
grounded.
Kind of, yeah, grounded in quotations. It's believable by its own rules.
Yes.
But I feel like all of the Fallout quests were like they really felt like they were a self-contained story. Like sometimes in Skyrim or in Oblivion, some of the side quests they're so trivial. But that's the thing is, all of these quests in Fallout had like an achievement tied to them, and I think that it really felt like you were doing something.
Yeah.
In the universe, whereas in Oblivion.
Speaking of which, I really like the soundtrack behind this.
Yeah, the little kind of wooden xylophone. I like it.
I like the melody. It sounds melancholy enough to actually fit with the surreal nature of this quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a good tone to it.
And here I convince her her husband's cheating on her. A little kid telling you, "Hey, I saw him kissing someone," and she believes you immediately. I think the implication is she suspected he was cheating on her anyway, so she would believe anything anyone said to her about it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Looking deep into the game.
Well.
There you go. Anyway, Fallout 4 again.
This reminds me of my childhood.
Well, that's a little too personal. Awkward silence.
That was a joke. That was a joke. It was totally a joke.
Then Microsoft announced Garden Warfare, which is
Stop reading off that list. You're so robotic. You know that?
I don't really...
Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. It looked just like Garden Warfare 1.
Yep, basically.
Yeah. Forza 6. That looked good. That
looked like Forza 5. There you go. I really like how they always kind of like they address the same sort of like, look at this car, it goes in slow motion, you can see reflections off of it.
Yeah.
This road is wet, now it's dry. It's daytime, it's nighttime.
Look at me, I'm on a
lighting.
horse, I'm on a boat.
Gravel textures, grass textures.
But then came the coup de grace, Dark Souls 3.
yeah, that was a I actually didn't expect it. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't expect it.
Why didn't you expect it?
I don't know. I said that.
Why didn't he expect
I saw it.
a sequel to
I
one of the
saw
best
it.
games of last year? Ashley, do you know? Exactly.
Yeah, I guess so. The thing is, I figured maybe it was because, I don't know, the start of the trailer, it didn't look quite like Dark Souls.
But then you saw this gigantic thing. It's like,
yeah, and then I saw it. I was like, this is starting to look like I can't
Dark
remember
Souls.
his name. I can't remember his name, but I really like him as an artist. The concept artist behind a lot of the Dark Souls.
yeah,
The look, the feel.
Yeah.
And then I read that. Oh no, his name's at the tip of my tongue as well. Is it Miyazaki? It's not Miyazaki. Miyazaki's the guy. It's him.
Yeah, Miyazaki.
Miyazaki. Yeah, the game guy. The guy. The guy behind Bloodborne and Dark Souls 1, who was actually absent during Dark Souls 2, is back in the game for Dark Souls 3. Really looking forward to that, because even though I did like Dark Souls 2, it didn't have the same
Magic?
It didn't have the magic that Dark Souls 1
Here's
had.
where I start killing people. Look at all that gore.
Hey, this is too violent. This is too violent.
What's
What?
wrong with you?
You're an
I'm
awful...
sorry, I was squealing like a
You're
little
an
girl
awful
when I was
person.
playing through this.
We should ban this game.
Yeah. The very fact you could beat someone to death with a
Yeah.
rolling pin is
Anyway,
just...
yeah, then Microsoft kind of went through... They had a really... I thought
Listen to
Microsoft-
what this guy says as a result.
Yeah,
Cannot simply wander around killing the residents of Tranquility Lane.
brings them back to life, right?
I shall have to reset portions of the
Yep.
system to correct
Yep, he basically revives them, but it's funny.
Returns the people of Tranquility Lane to life. But anything else you have meddled with will
Um,
stay as it was.
Is there a way to make everybody survive this? Or was
What?
the whole deal that you have to escape and everyone dies?
Basically, I left the simulation. I left everyone trapped with him forever because I
Right.
was a cruel bastard at the end of it.
Yeah, that's actually like the bad thing to do, isn't it? Yeah, the good thing is actually to kill them all, put them all out of their misery.
Yeah.
Interesting shade of grey.
He refused to participate.
I guess he really puts it in context, though. Like, just talking about it, it's like, you killed them all? But in context, literally, this person's been torturing them for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Uh,
Can you imagine being tortured for hundreds of years in a simulation, Ashley?
You're far more
you know what?
Basically,
wish for more
Do you know the sci-fi story, I Have No Mouth But I Must Scream? This really... I think this must have been
It must have been
inspired by it.
influenced by it.
Yeah.
Isn't-
That was a little more twisted.
I have that game. I want to play through it. We should do a live playthrough of
Fucked
that
up.
shit.
Oh my god, is it fucked up? See,
Because I saw a
game,
Let's Play of it.
That
I
is a
read some
game
great.
that's not afraid of what people think of it, and I love it
No.
all for that. Like, it's...
It's serious. It's super serious.
It is.
When I watched a Let's Play of it, I was like, wow.
Yeah. They don't
Jeez.
make games like that.
No, they
nowadays.
don't.
They don't make games like that anymore.
wait, what is it about?
It's based off a really, really dark short story where an AI has basically killed off all
The
of
entire
humanity.
world.
so-
He's kept like 5 people alive who
and
represent
he
his
just
sins.
like tortures them, and he can do anything he wants to them. Like, it's
That's
fucked up.
actually a good simulator for psychopaths to just get it out of their system and create.
I love how she knows this,
And
Right.
that's why they won't hurt.
and you're
know-
backing away from her.
society.
I know I play Grand Theft Auto to quell my urges of killing grandmothers and just I really want to beat people with baseball bats. So.
Well, here you can see me going progressively insane. And here I have to kill someone in an interesting way. So the first thing I thought of was turning her cleaning robot against her.
Yeah. I think I did this too.
Yeah. I think maybe
Well,
it's
no.
maybe it's something that everybody does. You can't just beat her to death. You have to do it in a creative way.
I know there's a few ways to do it. Maybe.
Maybe.
Nothing's happening.
Yeah, because I
Anyway.
realized she's stuck here, and the robot can't actually get through that doorway very easily. So you have to kind of like get her in there.
Oh, I see. But did you like Microsoft's panel?
Oh yeah,
I thought it was good.
It was okay.
I think the backwards compatibility thing was
Oh yeah,
pretty cool.
and then they announced all those Rare games coming out.
Yeah, the Rare collection, that was good.
Oh.
I did hear that they were going to announce another Banjo-Kazooie game during E3 this year, so I was a little disappointed, but then I remembered, like, that's not exactly fair. Like,
No.
listening to a rumor and then basing my expectations off of a rumor.
Yeah,
That's,
it's like, nah.
yeah.
Then they had the Division, actually, which they still had those people acting out the gameplay chat.
I actually, it's funny because I think someone else tried to copy them and do that during one of their gameplay things.
Yeah.
And that they were doing it live and they weren't using professional actors, so it was really awkward.
Oh.
I can't remember what other game that was, but...
It was the Division.
No, they had another game.
Oh.
I think it was during the Sony conference, and they had like a live gameplay thing where they were talking to other people during a multiplayer aspect, but they weren't like professional actors, and it sounded really, really choppy and awkward.
Yeah,
because I was
this
thinking about it, I'm like, they
no one's
keep
shouting
doing
racial
this.
slurs at everybody.
Yeah, like they keep doing these. Like every time they show the Division, it gets kind of like a graphical downgrade, but they're still using like the same way they present like their dialogue and the actors, and like they're taking it super seriously.
I mean, you're just setting her on fire. Poor girl.
It was cool the first time. I believe this is the third or fourth time they've done it, and it's starting to become like an inside joke for me.
Yeah.
I kind of giggle.
Oh, you know what they showed that I was really excited about?
What was that?
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They showed gameplay.
I'm really looking forward to Uncharted 5.
You know what? Go fuck yourself. I like Lara Croft as a character. I want to play more of her adventures.
Isn't it Lara? It's not Laura.
Lara?
It's Lara. It's Lara.
You know what? I'm talk to the hand. Talk to the hand. You're talking down to a minority.
Hey,
that's white splaining. You can't do that to me.
In Vancouver, whites are the minority. Thank you very much.
Oh.
So fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
Have you been to Richmond?
Okay.
One thing I've noticed that a lot of games are doing. Okay, no, I noticed this a while ago. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm actually surprised that they keep doing it. And it started with Uncharted, and it went into The Last of Us, and then Dead Space tried it out. I'm sure Assassin's Creed tried it out at one point.
That cinematic camera,
yeah,
right?
that press A not to die, press forward to not die.
You know, I think it fits
Rotate
with
your
Tomb
control stick
Raider
to not
because
die.
it always tried to be cinematic from the very beginning.
It's true, but there's a way they do it that they keep, like, it's like, oh my god, a big important disaster, and then it's like you finish and survive, and then it's like another thing happens now. Oh my god, there's an avalanche. The volcano is going off. Oh my god, I can see the main set piece in the background. Ah, I slipped. Oh no room to breathe. Press A not to die.
Oh.
And it's like,
I like it. And you know what?
and then they always have like the voice actor. Oh god. Oh, I can't believe that just happened again. Very heavy breathing, and I understand that they kind of have to do that because of the way they're writing like the script, they're writing the gameplay situations, but it seems really repetitive.
insincere.
It does seem insincere.
Okay. Well, that was just like a gameplay trailer.
I don't think the game will be
see.
unfun. I think the game will be very fun. I actually thought the last Tomb Raider was pretty cool.
Hey, come back here.
I thought there was too many collectathon quests in Tomb Raider, and I think if you're gonna make a collectathon game like that, like bring back the mascot platformers like Platonic is. Yeah. Could you imagine Lara Croft as
as a platform mascot?
As a platform mascot?
Oh, here I go beating people to death.
I love how they just explode. You have the exploder perk.
Yeah, I have bloody mess on, and it's just it's awesome. It's awe-inspiring sometimes.
It is. It's hilarious.
But Rise of the Tomb Raider, man, come on.
Yep.
Like, it looks like it will be like at least sort of similar to the reboot game, and I like the reboot game. It was one of my games of the year.
I thought it was cool. It was cool.
So as long as it meets that level of quality, we'll be fine about it.
Yeah.
So Rare Replay, we did say that earlier.
Yeah,
but still.
but then Rare did have a new IP. Rare had a new IP after that. They had the pirate MMO,
Son of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves, yes. Which when I saw it,
really, I love pirates, and I thought it looked like the best parts of Assassin's Creed 4.
I thought it was a new Assassin's Creed game for some odd reason.
No, it's all bright. It looks almost like the Wind Waker, but a little more like realistic high def textures. Not high def textures, but you know, they actually have like it looked really nice. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I have like I have high hopes for things that look different now. So when I see something like
Here's
like-
the fun part.
Yeah.
Here's the fun part of the quest, by the way. Sorry, viewers, if we keep interrupting, but this is fun.
you mean if Kyle keeps interrupting?
Shut up.
Viva Pinata, as strange of a game as it was actually really good. Did you play Viva Pinata? It was the last good game that Rare did, I think.
No, I heard about it. It looked very colorful.
Yeah.
And then it looked like every time you built something, some monster like the Creeper would come along and ruin your shit.
Yes, that's true. But Sea of Thieves, I think, looks. I'm gonna say promising. I'm not gonna say like, guys, pay attention to Sea of Thieves, because we all
It
know
looked like a generic kind of game to me.
New Rare has the ability to fuck things up.
Yes. Weren't they demoted to working on Connect games,
Yeah,
basically?
they did. For a while, they were working on Connect games, which is very sad for the ex-GoldenEye
Yeah.
creators.
But we get all 30 of their games for $30 now,
Yeah,
basically.
I think I'm gonna get that if I get an Xbox One.
Yes.
If I get an Xbox One.
Which you should, because it has
this-
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
I'll be honest, this E3 did give me enough reasons to actually go out and get one. Now I would actually need to invest money in it. I think I might wait still.
Yeah,
But
it's okay.
there's still now the reason to get it.
Yeah, now there's a reason, especially
There is a
since
reason to get it.
backwards compatibility.
Yeah, backwards compatibility. Now I can play my Xbox 360 games not on my Xbox 360, which I still own.
Caveat, it will only be approved Xbox 360 games like
Oh,
it was with the
yeah.
original Xbox One
Oh
games.
yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. So, not all games will be available on it, but a lot of them should be. We'll see.
Hopefully.
But here I am, I'm the pint-sized slasher, going around
Yeah.
slashing everybody. Not killing them permanently, though. They're still going to be
you know what I
trapped.
wonder?
What?
Will they put games on the backwards compatibility list that they're planning on making HD re-releases of?
Ooh.
Will Gears of War be on
That's a good
the backwards
question.
compatibility list? Because they're re-releasing a Gears of War HD version. And Gears of War 1 was the best Gears of War.
Well, they already have all the Banjo-Kazooie games coming out, all the Rare games coming out on the Xbox 360 compatibilities, and they're announcing
they?
Rare Replay. So,
blah,
So they might. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe. Gears of War 4 looks interesting though.
Yeah, it does. To be
it
honest,
looks-
I never was into Gears
No.
of War, but
Gears of War 1 was a
I'm
guilty
doing something
pleasure
bad
for
in the
me.
bushes. Doing
Uh-oh.
something bad in the bushes.
Teabag.
Look, Ashley, I'm doing something bad in the bushes.
So am
So am I.
Anyway,
You know, Mike.
Gears of War 4 looks like they're doing that approach though.
Yeah,
The press X not to die. Ooh, it's cinematic. Oh my god, look, the voice actors are breathing heavy into the microphone. I don't know what to think about it. It looks interesting. I think it could go either way.
Yeah.
I think it could go either way. I thought, but all in all, I thought Microsoft had a good showing.
Poor girl. She couldn't get away from the
Some people-
pint-sized slasher.
Some people are thinking Microsoft won E3, but I don't. In my opinion, I don't think they did. I think that came to Sony. I think Sony won the E3.
All
for me.
right, fine. We'll move on to the next press conference then, if
Well,
you don't
no,
think
no.
Microsoft won.
I don't.
Microsoft-
Do you think Microsoft won?
I think it was, if anything, all three of the big ones won. You
think?
know,
What?
all three, like
Who's-
Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony.
Okay, we'll get to Nintendo. We'll get to Nintendo. I disagree. I disagree.
Stand up. We need energy.
I have
Pacing on the
energy.
floor, Pacing on the floor.
I can pace on my chair.
the floor.
Yeah.
Anyways, so EA was next. The next press
Oh yeah,
conference
that's right.
afterwards.
That's right.
We'll get through that quickly.
Yeah, a trailer,
Some gameplay.
some gameplay, a trailer, Battlefront.
Yeah, Battlefront, and basically.
No, to be honest, they did. To be fair, they did have some cool looking sequels that are coming up. I loved the Unravel guy. I think everyone loved him.
Yeah, he was
like,
adorably
he's
awkward. He was
adorable.
like,
I
"Look
wanna
at this
give you a
game we
hug."
made. We have this. I had brought to Yarny along, and here's this game I made, and we've been working on this game for years, and we're very passionate about it.
Like it.
But please like our game. We know that there was already a similar concept in the works from Nintendo called
there's
Yoshi's Woolly
lots-
World.
There's lots of wool this year. Okay, it's not our fault. But
Yes, but we made this
Oh,
cute
he
little
was
game.
so
We hope you
nervous.
love it. Everyone fell in love with that guy. I was watching the Twitter feed. It was
Yeah.
like, this guy's the most adorable thing ever.
I think everyone's buying Unravel. But Star Wars. I saw the trailer going, and I was like, oh my god, are we getting another Star Wars game? This trailer looks really cool. And then it was like the Old Republic, and I was like, fuck.
No one's getting that. And
they were even like, oh, it's going into the direction of KOTOR. I'm like, let me stop you there. I don't want to buy the Old Republic. It's not.
And then he's like, and to show our loyalty to all our previous customers, it will be free to all of our subscribers. It's just like,
yeah. So as cool as I thought the trailer was, I kind of like the concept. For some reason, the character designs really kind of resonated with me, even though they were, they looked a little. I thought it was Starkiller at first from The Force Unleashed, but I thought it was really cool. Also surprised that the guy wearing white looked like he was going into the dark side.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know how that when he leapt at that master.
Yeah.
At that moment, I was like, this is so generic.
It did kind of fall apart.
It's like, yeah, you're just being evil for no other reason than just to be evil now, aren't you? All right, fine.
Well, it was a trailer. They kind of capped off the feel of it.
Yeah, whatever.
But,
a new Mass Effect was announced.
Yep. Interesting that they didn't call it Mass Effect 4. But then again, not surprised with all of these games and movies now calling themselves just The Thing.
The Thing. Like, what didn't Yahtzee make a joke about that? Resurrection?
Resurrection, Revolution...
Revelations.
Oh, fucking Revelations.
Revelations. Mass Effect Revelations. Imagine that. Oh my god, what were we going to learn? Oh, that the Reapers were going to be even more Reapery.
No, I think it's a prequel. I believe. No, it's a sequel.
It's
someone. I think I heard rumors that it was supposed to be a prequel, and then they announced Andromeda. I think they're going to another galaxy. I think they're going to find the race that actually designed the Reapers, and I think they're going to kind of...
Wouldn't that kind of like unravel the whole
they're going to
mystique?
kind of step on the mystique of the Reapers a little bit. But you know what?
Didn't they step on them enough? Oh my god. That ending was shit.
I'm one of the few people who actually likes...
I like the Reapers as a concept too. Okay?
No, I like the Reapers as a concept, and I actually do like their reasoning, because it makes... It feels very much mechanical. It feels like a machine's logic.
Oh, okay.
And so even though
flawed.
It's like no. The thing is that the way it's explained, yeah, the Reapers are like, oh, they're so much smarter, blah blah blah. They have, they don't have like the survival instinct bias.
Oh, Liam Neeson, his golden pipes.
Oh,
he's the best thing about this game.
It's Aslan.
I gotta say,
it's video game dad. Dude, are you kidding me? He trained Batman. He's also Aslan.
And he's Qui-Gon Jinn.
He's Qui-Gon Jinn.
I'm in love with him because of that comedy short he did with...
Oh,
we're going to do improvisational comedy.
We're going to do improvisational
That's
comedy.
when I fell in love with Liam.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the skit with Liam Neeson and Ricky Gervais, holy shit. Just... That's also... We're just... There's been many YouTube video recommendations this episode.
It's just like fell in love with him.
Yeah.
So funny.
You should see him in The Grey. It is an awesome
No,
movie.
The Grey was a good movie. I thought The Grey was really good.
What were we talking about?
We were
Mirror's
talking
Edge
about,
Catalyst.
Yeah,
Next.
We were talking about Mass Effect. Anyways, I'm not going to go into the Mass Effect talk.
I forgot to say something about Rise of the Tomb Raider too. You know, Anita Sarkeesian chimed in again. She said it's a good thing Lara Croft's wearing a leather jacket.
Oh yeah, the snowsuit?
Yeah, the snowsuit.
And then someone immediately came up with a compilation of pictures of Lara Croft wearing a snowsuit.
In all the previous games. So, you know what, Anita, you're being kind of ridiculous at this point. Anyways, Mirror's Edge!
No, she's pulling, what's the guy's face? He's running for president. He's an idiot.
Trump?
The Apprentice. Yeah, she's pulling a Trump. She's fucking attention grabbing.
For president?
Yeah, but even he knows he's not going to make it. So.
Yeah.
What is wrong?
He's pissed off all of Mexico, that's for sure. Anyway, yeah, what'd you say? Sorry, Mirror's Edge Catalyst looks
it looks like
Mirror's Edgy.
Yeah, it looks edgy.
I think it has the ability to kind of do the thing that Assassin's Creed 2 did from Assassin's Creed 1, whereas the Mirror's Edge, the first one was a little bit short. It didn't really explore as much. No, he's past the second gen.
Right. Yeah. Who's running with him?
Biden? No, he's not like he's passed his constitutional term limits.
He's done.
No, but so you said Trump's running for president. Who's running against?
They won't decide that until like late.
People, yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, Catalyst looks like it could kind of explore more into the ideas, gameplay elements, and
So can
fleshing
anyone
out the
run
world.
for president if Trump is? So
You need to
that
get-
means I could run
There's a-
for president. if
there's a
Trump
There's
few rules.
requirements. You have
Yeah,
to be
there's a few
35 years old.
and a billionaire,
yeah.
and
Yes.
would have
You have to have
previously
resided.
ruined thousands of lives and have a will.
You're so political.
Well, come the fuck on! Why is Trump allowed to even be in there?
Oh.
Sorry, you shouldn't have
Because
told me
he
that.
technically finishes the checklist. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
That's bullshit.
yeah.
Well-
I was a fan of Mirror's Edge. I think it's cool that they're taking a second shot at it.
I should really play that game. I got it for
That was
free.
Cool.
I should. You know, I'll play that game. I'll see what it's like.
I keep saying Why do you keep saying
Oh, by the way,
um,
EA also had sports.
Yeah, they did sports. A really awkward interview with Pele.
Pele.
A guy sits down with Pele and then talks about this one time that soccer happened.
Yeah.
Obama was a president for over 4 years and didn't get shot. That's cool. 8 years. Oh wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's been a long time.
I know, right? It feels like it's been forever.
He still has time to get shot.
Ever the freaking Optimus. Anyways, sports.
Did you know you can play sports
We're
on your
EA.
Xbox?
We own all the sports IP. We can publish all of them, all for the world to see.
I thought someone from the south was gonna shoot him or at least try. You know
Oh
what
my
I'm
god.
saying?
This has devolved into weird places.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I wanted to get shot. I'm
There's
just
a
saying
new
there's a lot of those rap artists that were like, if
soccer
I was president,
game.
I would.
you get shot on Monday, dead on Tuesday.
Ubisoft, since we're moving on from EA,
Yeah.
since basically we've covered everything,
Yeah.
we're not running out of energy, are we? You're not
Oh,
running
no,
out of
no, no,
energy,
no.
are you?
No. Me-
Fractured butthole.
Well, say what you. I think we did a thing on South Park. I think.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
No, we
yeah, we did. We did the South Park.
Oh, we did the Stick of Truth.
Stick of Truth.
Yes, but
Yeah,
we
and
didn't talk about this game.
And no, we didn't. No, but Matt and Trey came up on stage, and they kind of admitted that they had no idea what they were doing. Kind of showed in the game. I mean, some people liked it. Some people thought it was like it was a sleeper hit.
It's like,
Some people,
because it has good comedy, that makes it a good game. No.
it is rare to see a game that had
Good
sort
comedy.
of comedic timing. And
They
comedic taste.
needed to work on the gameplay elements, and hopefully this
Yeah.
next game fixes that. But they're
Yep.
being superheroes this time, which
Yep.
should be fun.
And the title is very funny.
The fractured butthole. How did they get away with this? Because they're Trey and Trey Stone and Matt Parker.
Yeah. Well,
Did I mix those up?
maybe, I don't know.
For Honor.
I'm too busy coughing. Yeah.
That was the game you were talking about,
Ooh,
right?
this
With
looks
the
really
conversation?
good. There's this sort of yeah, I was. There's this there's a few games on Steam. One of them is called War of the Roses, and one
the
of them
other
is
one's
called Chivalry. And they kind of had this sort of this Call of Duty but medieval times, class-based like warfare. You can be an archer, you can be a dude holding a sword, and I always thought they were really fun games, but they needed that extra $10 million that, say, Ubisoft would throw at them. No, to be honest, I think this game looks really cool.
Yeah, especially since they have like AI that you can beat up on easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, because really, the one thing keeping me from playing Chivalry is the fact that I know I'll suck and I'll get killed constantly, so I need that easy little kill once in a while.
Yeah. I think it's about time that bigger game companies steered towards this direction. I mean, with the popularity of I guess just historical fantasy is huge now because of Game of Thrones. For Honor's kind of just the next logical step. I think it has the ability to be really cool, and the dude who was presenting it was a fucking Viking. So I thought he was awesome.
So we had two guys from Sweden make a hell of an impact at E3. One was for Yarn, the other was for Vikings.
Yeah.
Anyways, the Crew Wild Run, I don't remember a thing about that, so we'll move on to Anno 2025, 2205.
Anno 20.
Yeah, remember that space sim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I vaguely do.
Vaguely.
You start.
But
you've refreshed my memory here.
They basically just showed a trailer basically saying Anno 2077 in space.
Is that the game that was also made by the dudes who made the other game?
No, I don't think so.
I think I'm
you're
getting
talking
it
about
mixed
City
up.
Skyline.
Am I? No, there's the okay, there's two games coming out that are space mystery / creepy horror kind
No,
of.
no, it's not a horror game. It's just a sim game.
No, the Anno 225.
It's just-
No, the thing I'm talking about is the one. There's one that's made by the Machine for Pigs people.
Oh,
the
the glass
Amnesia.
Yeah.
They're making
The Chinese room.
They're making an Amnesia, but this time you're in space. And also, Gone Home team is now making
Tacoma.
a Gone Home, but you're in space.
Yeah, Tacoma is one of them, and the other one is I can't remember the name of it. It didn't look that interesting, I'm afraid.
Tacoma?
Tacoma looked kind of neat.
The thing is, when a game studio comes out with this, like, you know, it's a departure from, like, you know, main gameplay mechanics, and it, you know, like Gone Home. I appreciated it because it was different. They gave you the ability to actually beat the game right away, but it was well hidden enough, and you could actually figure things out through like the context of the game.
Yes.
That it took a while to actually figure out what the answer was, right?
Yes.
And I thought that was cool. It put you in a believable environment with a character who actually had character, with a bunch of other characters that didn't appear. You know, the story was cool, yada yada yada. And now, what could the studio bring us next? That's creative and oh wait, it's the same exact thing, but
Except
now you're
in
in space. It's
well,
like
at a
I
certain,
see this a lot. It's like when you're scrolling through Facebook and it's you see a link. It's like it's clickbait for sure, yeah. But it's like oh my god, this guy, I saw one just the other day. This guy does drawings of like sort of fashion model looking pencil drawings of characters, but the bottom half is cut out. So what he does is he puts his drawing up with his hand holding it, yeah, against an environment, and takes a picture of it, so it looks like the dress is a city. And cool concept, right? Did you really need a gallery? Did you really need a gallery of 20 of them? Like that's the thing. It's like when these people, like, they have like a creative idea, they just do the same thing over and over. Same thing with that. Like one of the most like, is that all you can do? Like the one of the top,
is that all you got?
One of the top viewed DeviantArt pages is eggs with faces drawn on them. And it's one of those things where it's like, haha, it might have been a cute idea the first time, but
after
you really
30
need
times,
an
it's kinda
entire
creepy.
gallery, or just like creative street art. And there's only so many times where I can see someone do something with a crack on a sidewalk before I'm like, it's not fucking creative anymore. Like, seriously, I'm so sick of like these. I just wish that, like, okay, maybe Tacoma might be a good game, and I'm not even like calling out the developers at all, but like, I get it. Maybe you had a vision and it didn't go quite as well. The way
did
you
you hear about the recent closure of Tale of Tales?
No.
They basically they make games like that.
Oh.
They released a recent game called Sunset, and it only sold 4,000 copies. So you know what they did?
What?
They basically said, we didn't sell enough to be successful, we're going out of business, and then they said, fuck gamers for not liking our game concept.
What?
So basically we're like, ha ha, and you know what's funny? Leah Alexander consulted on that game. Leah Alexander, one of those people who say gamers don't have to be your audience anymore. Gamers are over.
Oh, isn't that funny?
Yes. Isn't that
but
funny?
yeah, but now the studio that did Gone Home is going to be
Doing
remembered.
basically
They're
that.
going to be remembered as the walking simulator company. Like,
Emergent exploration,
it's
get
like-
it right. Emergent exploration.
yeah, but I mean, you can do more with that than what these guys are doing.
Yeah, as Proteus proved, as other games, as other studios have proven that they can do different things with the concept. Don't do the same thing over and over again. That's why people hate Call of Duty. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah.
Just Dance 2016.
Just okay, that was a thing.
Did you see that? Ashley, so bring up the YouTube video.
I was at work when that happened, so I could tune it out. I had important things to do.
Yeah.
But even just listening to it, I was kind of cringing. I was like, oh god.
I'll add it to this video, but I will seriously distort it so that it'll probably sound way different.
Yeah.
But
sorry, what was it called? I need to do this quick. Just Dance. Just Dance.
This will be funny. Just Dance 2016, Jason Derulo.
2016 Jason. What's his
Jason
name?
Derulo.
Jason. Do you know how to spell that last name? I'll just type that. And let's see. This is it, right?
Yep.
Oh, let's watch this in all of its glory. Anyway, we'll have the video over this part, right?
Yeah, basically.
We have the speakers unplugged. But
it's not on.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this guy. Oh my god! Just listening to it, like you can see.
Can you hear it?
Okay, well,
Okay, I'll put it on my. I'll put it on my Mac. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put it.
Basically, he's like just dancing, and he's off key. He's off rhythm. It's like his voice is so grating, but oh my god, I didn't want to see anybody watching me watch this,
And
so I
why
had
is-
another tab open.
Well, so what is this show?
They're premiering a bunch of new games for next year.
Okay, listen
So
to
this
this.
is
Listen
one
to
of
this.
their-
Put
this is
it
one
in
of
your
their-
headphones.
yeah.
There you go. We'll skip over this ad and 3, 2, go.
Yeah.
Listen to this. This will be awesome. And this will
It started
watch
off
this
right.
through to the end of the Fallout 3 video and be a good place to pause it anyways.
It's just. I don't know why you would showcase your game like this.
How did this guy get a music career?
I thought.
Oh.
You know what I thought? I thought they pulled some random guy
Yeah.
from the studio who developed this, because I don't know. I don't really follow like popular music or whatever. I don't know who this guy is. But apparently he can't do anything without autotune. That's apparent.
Listen to this.
He sounds kind of like a bad American Idol or X Factor.
I'm just loving how progressively angrier Ashley's face is getting.
Well, yeah, because on the radio they
Auto-tune it at least, right?
they changed his voice so it sounds good. I've heard this song
Oh
before.
my God,
I've heard
listen
this on the radio and it did not sound like this. That's what makes me mad.
And I like.
hate that. Like Ziggy.
Oh my god, this guy's so out of tune. It's
That
hilarious.
girl Iggy can't perform and can't sing, but her music videos are really good and the songs are really good, so I thought she was talented. Saw her live stuff, she's horrible.
Listen to this guy.
Is that actually the game playing in the background, or did they just playing some random video?
It's just a random video. Look at that. Listen to this. This is like nails on a chalkboard level bad singing.
Oh, the Schadenfreude is real. Oh my god.
Is the audience pretending to have a good time?
Yeah, they're not even having a good time. They're at a video game conference.
Yeah. It was just, you know what else was really awkward? Besides this and the Pele thing, was when they just brought down that car
Yeah.
for no reason. And they were just like, announcing Forza 6.
Oh my
with the
god.
new
They put
Ford
up the
GT.
applaud, please.
Yeah, applause, please.
That was the worst thing I have
Yeah.
ever heard in my life.
It was. You remember the car thing, where they just randomly lowered down the new Ford and then they immediately pulled it back up? Because
Oh my.
Looks like anybody can get a music career.
Yeah, well, basically, the first thing I remember hearing of Jason Derulo was basically his first single that was ever released. And you know how it introduced itself? Auto-tune, Jason Derulo.
that's cringy.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It was basically like that, just
you did.
auto-tuned, okay?
Yep.
I apologize for entertaining the thought of doubting you.